the basic principle of this product is to have for the first time a synthetic material inspired by nature. So we are using wood as a starting material to be chemically transformed in a 3D bone graft mimicking chemistry, morphology and 3D architecture of natural bone that is recognized by the body as a true, real, natural bone matrix that becomes a sort of playground for cells. So host cells go inside, populate the scaffold and start treating it as a bone matrix, so subject to resorption and formation of new bone. And at the end of the process, the destiny of our graft is to disappear in the body, being replaced by newly formed bone for the patient. Inspiration from nature is a success of the group of the research team at the National Research Council Institute in Faenza that made the original project and the basic research on this new technology. We launched the company at the end of the basic research project when the research team confirmed the similarities between few species of wood and bone in terms of 3D porosity architecture and the possibility to apply innovative 3D chemistry to completely transform the chemistry of the chemical composition of natural bone from brown to white to become a bone matrix based chemical composite. So a combination of hydroxyapatite, beta-tricalcium phosphate and some ions, but retaining in the product the 3D structure, the 3D porosity that we got from nature. And so our journey started from this evidence, and we and the company, so GreenBone, make the industrialization of the lab process to become an industrial process through prototype, preclinical, clinical development, regulatory approval, and now the product is ready for commercialization. People having the experience on what does it mean the projection and execution of a quite demanding development plan from the early days up to the completion, up to clinical development and making a product suitable to be approved by the regulatory bodies, together with the scientists that have the vision and the know-how on making to create the real opportunity of translating an idea into real science, prototype, and the real product. So it's pretty much the right balance and combination of experience, know-how, science, and of course investment. And when a journey starts so early, substantially from a tech transfer after basic research, the main difference, the team make the difference, and the team make the trust to create confidence with the investors to invest their money on a risky project. And this is the most difficult part. Then, of course, execution is an obvious thing to mention, and execution has to be pretty much related with the timeline that you have to match in order to not only to, let's say, give the right answer to your investors in relation to the best use of their money, but also to create the most powerful condition that allow the exploitation of your patent protection and playing a successful game in relation with competition. Businessmen has to have a fruitful dialogue, respectful, understanding the basic principle of the science that has to be incorporated in the product in order to create in small organization like every startup a beautiful and proactive cross-contamination between science and business, which is the only and unique basis to have clear in mind what does it mean move from basic science to a product that has to have the ambition to provide the proper answer to a medical need of a patient in the right time, using and with the need of a reasonable injection of financial resources. Again in Gagliato, to meet Dr. Anna Tampieri, who is the senior scientist leading the team at the National Research Council in Faenza that discovered this technology. And we had a good chemistry among us. It was an excellent time also for me to take really in consideration the opportunity to move my previous experience in product development, business development, and investment on innovation to my own personal engagement as an entrepreneur, and it was simply the right time and with the right person. It's very challenging, extremely rewarding, no success guarantee. You need to put 200% of your energy, and quite often you are alone because the big risk is in your shoulder or is behind your shoulder. But again, if you have the only thing you really need to share and both let's say problems and success is to have and to build around you a super trustable team of skilled people, skilled people combining experience and a lot of pushing. I believe that there are around beautiful science and excellent innovative idea, not only in healthcare, that can be good candidate for startup creation, VC investment, with the objective to identify unicorns. A suggestion I would give to the Italian scientists and young entrepreneurs is not to be scared about the future. I mean, you need to trust yourself and the people around you. Don't ask too much in terms of what I should do in 5 years from now. You have to execute tomorrow. Think about tomorrow and the day after and the day after and the day after with the final goal in mind. And then that's the only thing I think we have to do. Making research in some way is not very difficult. What is difficult is making powerful and competitive research. And of course, not all the countries are the same. There are places that are more competitive than others. What I believe is that it's important to have the right understanding, talking with your tutor and the reference person, of the level of research you are making, and make your own judgment if you want something more or what you are doing is fine, is good enough. And then if the answer is I want something more, just go. what I'm doing today is the consequence of the different steps in my career. I had the opportunity to start as a researcher, making 10 years of research in pharmacology for medicines, more or less 5 years of preclinical development, preclinical research, and 5 years of clinical research. And then I moved to business, so 20 years plus of business development and investment. So there is some continuity on this path, and some lucky moment in between to meet opportunities and people that help me also to take the right decision in front of the opportunity. Professor Garib from Caltech in Pasadena. He is a fantastic scientist with a powerful entrepreneur profile, and it was really an inspirational person. Another person that gave me a lot is Professor Mauro Ferrari, Anna Tampieri, of course. So all very big and powerful personalities that offer me the opportunity to ask questions, receive honest and genuine feedback that of course in my life I could have taken or not, but all of them super helpful to make my idea more clear, to make me more confident in what I have to do, and always giving inspiration. Don't be scared about problems. Okay, every day has its own problem. This is normal life, but I mean, again, trust on people.